And our Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is there in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for Davos in the desert as it is. Well, let's turn to issues we are following for you tonight. The World Bank has frozen funding for some energy projects ongoing in the country. The move, we understand, was influenced by government's decision to cancel the power distribution services concession deal with ECG. George Yafe has more.
World Bank sources say any final decision in terms of the way forward would depend on the outcome of the ongoing discussions with the U.S. government. The World Bank has currently set aside about $500 million to support some energy-related projects outlined in the budget. Joy Business understands the World Bank could possibly scale down the funding amount or push for some fresh conditions on drawing down the entire amount after the engagement with the U.S. government. We understand that the government of Ghana's decision to cancel the PDS deal could come with some serious implications for the economy than initially thought. Now, this is based on some fresh information that we are picking up. Government last week announced its decision to cancel the PDS deal with ECG, citing issues with the financial guarantee covering the whole concessionaire agreement. However, the U.S. government has maintained that there was no need for this administration to cancel the deal, maintaining that based on their own forensic, there was nothing wrong with the whole agreement. This has forced the U.S. government to cancel the remaining $190 million yet to be drawn down under the whole power concessionaire agreement. Former Chief Executive of GNPC Alex Mode has also projected that Ghana could lose about $1.7 billion in support from the U.S. government following government decision to cancel the PDS deal.
Now, the Association of Rural Banks is calling on government to review corporate income taxes for its members. The banks say the tax, which was reviewed from 8% to 25% in 2016, has affected the operations, particularly income generation. President Daniel Ohinewusu, however, explains reviewing the rate will help rural banks push the financial inclusion agenda further.
The banking sector in Ghana accounts for 5% of all financial institutions in the country. Although the percentage is the least in the banking sector, it accounts for over 6 million customers, most within the low and middle income earning brackets. For now, rural banks enjoy a tax holiday, but the amendment of the corporate income tax in 2016 led to an increase from 8% to 25%, a situation they say is eroding their profits. Speaking at the launch of the 7th annual Rural Banking celebrations, President of the Association of Rural Banks, Daniel Ohinewusu, explained that the rate should be reviewed to enhance the development of rural banks.
But with this tax hike of 25%, it has crippled us in terms of resources available to undertake those activities vis-a-vis that is corporate social responsibilities and an expansion of our programs. So when this thing came up, due to the special nature of the rural banks, which was a creation of the central bank with the support from the Bank of Ghana, and the rural banks have survived through mostly Bank of Ghana intervention programs and also that of the government. As you all know, the banks cannot use deposited funds to go into these expansion projects, either through profits or injection of fresh capital. And injection of fresh capital is not easy to come by.
In a related development, the Deputy Managing Director of the ARP Apex Bank, the supervisory body of the rural banks, Alex Iwa, said they are doing their best to ensure that all rural banks meet the minimum capital requirements before 2020. The weekly celebration, which will take place on the 16th of November, will be held in the Western region and is on the theme, the role of rural and community banks in financial inclusion. For Joy Business, Karen Dodu.
Now, government has been urged to include an aspect of digital transformation to the country's educational curriculum. According to cybersecurity expert and managing partner of Delta 3 International, Dele Aden, this would not only reduce the incidence of cyber fraud, but also create jobs for a section of the teeming unemployed youth. He spoke to Joy Business at the media launch of the Africa Digital Transformation and FinTech Forum to be organized in Accra. Bismarck Awusa has more.
Currently, some statistics indicate that $2.1 trillion is being spent on digital transformation globally and estimated to reach $2.3 trillion by 2023. Cybersecurity expert Del Arden believes this presents an avenue for job creation, hence the need for digital transformation education.
The fear of people losing jobs is real, and I sympathize with that. But as I said earlier on, these same people could be retrained to meet the demand, the new demand for digital economy. It's a case of, this is how we used to do it, and we used to have all these people to do it, and now this is how we're going to be doing it. At the same time, the society, the educationists, the education authorities, should also adjust the curriculum to equip people for the new digital way of life.
The maiden edition of the Africa Digital Transformation and FinTech Forum is slated for November 7 this year. Komla Echi is a technical partner at Delta 3, organizers of the event.
We are at an advantage actually, because we're actually taking the cue from the Western world, and what they have done and where they've made their mistakes, we're picking up and reshaping ourselves. Now, the way the world is moving, everything is moving at a fast pace, and we don't do things traditional like we used to do now. And the main focus or the main aim of this forum is to see how organizations in Africa can adapt and cope with this digital transformation. So that's why Delta 3 has put together the digital transformation in the FinTech Forum, which comes on the 7th of November.
The workshop is expected to bring together government officials, corporate leaders, and some cybersecurity experts. Bismarck Ausa, Joy Business.
An important event we want to update you on now, the annual Made in Ghana Fair organized by Joy Prime is set to kick off from the 31st of October, that is this Thursday, to the 3rd of November. The 4-day event will focus on exporting Ghanaian originality, authenticity, and rich culture. Joining us to talk about this is Joy Prime Channel Coordinator Gladys Oredu. Great to have you in studio with us tonight. So tell us a bit more about why Joy Prime holds this fair annually. I think for the past
4 years.
4 years.
Yes. So basically, Joy Prime, we want to make sure that Ghana is branded for global export. We're blessed with a lot of resources, and now Ghanaians have a deeper understanding to develop our resources. And so we are being more creative about what we have. You see some of the staffs, and they look so beautiful. You ask yourself, is this made right here in Ghana? And we want to create the awareness to the whole world that we have it all here. And so we've taken it upon ourselves that every year we display it at a one-stop shop for everyone to come and see, shop, experience, encounter, so that we can also add our bit to the economic development of Ghana.
I've been doing the Joy Business Van for some years now, so I agree with you when you say lots of Ghanaians are doing amazing, very incredible stuff. I mean, if you should see them, very amazing. And so you're going to be exhibiting some of these businesses at the fair.
Yes.
Run us through what's going to be happening within the 4 days that you are at the
Nungwa Junction Mall. Yeah, Junction Mall, Nungwa. So basically, for the first day, we're making sure that we go on time. Time is money, and so we're ensuring that everybody have their money's worth, time's worth. And so right from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. is business. Anybody who works there can have business running through within the period that we have set. On the Friday, so we're actually starting on Thursday, 31st October. Then on the Friday, after shopping, we have a lot of free giveaways we're giving out to our patrons on ground. And so you don't necessarily have to sit, even though we'll carry snippets of it live on TV, on Joy Prime, and of course on JoyNews, I am sure. We want to encourage people to come on ground and have the true experience of what Ghana has now become. That the fact that when you're traveling from outside into the country, you no longer need to shop for everything before you come down. And if you live in Ghana, you can actually shop and take along, because it is so quality and just what you need and can stand the test of time. And so the Friday, we're giving out a lot of it, and then at the in the evening, we jam it of all work and no play. So we're making sure that we give you that play bit, so that in addition to your spending, we give you some good entertainment. We have this competition, Hottest DJ, run by Hits FM. And so, you know, Joy Prime is doing this in collaboration with Hits FM.
Right.
And so the Hottest DJ competition is actually taken on ground on Friday, and we jam it off into the night for a Friday evening. evening. Then the Saturday we have a big night, which is the music, comedy, and fashion show. And so we have our presenters who are catwalking on the runway, and it's one of the moments people really relish, because one, you have that direct encounter with our presenters that you've been watching on TV, you've been listening to on radio, on Hits FM. It's an opportunity to come and interact and have a personal session with them. They are available, they are on ground, and the beauty is that they actually rock made in Ghana designs in made in Ghana prints by GTP. Wow. And the catwalk, and that is also another moment you realize catwalking is actually somebody's profession, because these presenters get on the runway and some you can clearly tell they are confused in their steps. But I mean, all right,
yeah. So it's going to be a mixture of business and entertainment.
And
so the first time you organized it, I was there, and so I saw businesses in the fashion industry.
Yes.
What else are we going to be seeing?
In the food industry. We have chemical industry. We have paint, made in Ghana paint. Wow. And it's really, really quality. I mean, this is testimony. I have used it, and so I know it's quality. We have food technology also on board. We have cosmetics. We have fashion accessories. We have shoes. We have a lot of developments that really have come within the year.
Is there a theme we are running with this year?
Exactly, branding Ghana for global export. That's just what we're running with.
That's interesting topic because branding has also come up as an issue. I mean, in order to make us globally competitive, we have to have good branding, and there are some good branding stuff out there.
People are really, really up to it now. They really pull in their weight. Some, make sure that when you pick the brand, sometimes you have to actually look to know that it's actually made in Ghana. The technology, the advancement has become fun for us. People have even developed apps that are very effective, and we no longer need to count on the foreigner to have something that you already have.
Right.
We've been very innovative, and it's really growing the country steadily. For Joy Prime, we look to the day where we won't describe Ghana as a developing country, but a developed country. That's where we're seeking to get to. The Sunday where we wrap it up, we have our cooking competition, and so we encourage everyone to come there. Let's cook together, let's have a healthy competition, and it's all in the spirit of growing Ghana's
the sound
brand.
of that, the cooking competition on Sunday. Thank you very much. Glad
sure, I can actually acknowledge our sponsors, so I'll be very grateful.
Let's quickly do that.
All right, so I'll do it very quickly, but just before I do that, if there's anybody out there who has products to exhibit, we still have a few spaces that we can let out, and so the numbers is 055 630 4521, 055 630 4521, or 0540 106 466, 0540 106 466. A quick thank you to our sponsors. So we have EcoBank, GTP, Virgin Fresh, Soko Center, Avnash, Inkulinu, Royal Crown Processing, and Adanse Travels. They all have joined forces to ensure we have a beautiful and very successful Made in Ghana 2019.
I'm sure it will be a great job. Gladys Oredo, she is a channel coordinator of Joy Prime, talking to us about the Joy Prime Made in Ghana Fair, which starts on the 31st of October, this Thursday at the Junction Mall. Let's move on now to other stories. The manager in charge of market research, Firms Advisory, Albert Kofi, says any attempt by government to tax online trading firms will be unfair, since the state has already imposed taxes on communication and data usage. He made the statement at the launch of the Ghana Retail Map report in Accra.
80% of citizens between the ages of 13 and 45 now consider online markets as the most convenient platforms to purchase their products. This is according to Firms Advisory, a market research firm, after launching their new report christened Ghana Retail Map. Respondents are careful in buying food and beverages online, since they want to feel, smell and see the quality of what they buy, unlike the clothing, health and hygiene products. The manager in charge of market research, Albert Kofi, has been explaining.
We interviewed 2,500 respondents in 3 locations in Accra, Kumasi and Takoradi, in order to make sure that we had a demographic spread that reflected on the national figures. So the data was weighted, because we collected data online, we collected it in 3 locations as well, and then we went into rural, peri-urban and urban areas to make sure that this survey reflected on the national population. So the data was actually weighted. Now what did we find? So we found out that a lot more retailers are now, there's a gradual shift into the online space. A lot more retailers are now creating pages on social media to promote their merchandise, their home. So we realized that gradually a lot more of such transactions were going on in these three categories: food and beverages, health and personal care, and then fashion products. Yeah, we also found that, well, a lot more of the transactions going on are being done by the very young ones who have access to smartphones, what we call the Generation Zs and then the millennials. These are the demographics that are actually, driving this shift towards that space online.
Albert Kofi believes any attempt by government to tax online businesses would be a bad move.
I wouldn't advise that governments, taxes. Already there's talk of the communication service tax, which I believe that it's already biting, because data and voice communications has become a bit more expensive than it used to be. So I don't expect there to be, a shift in taxing businesses for moving online. I think that the government would like to see a lot more businesses, thriving instead of, stifling them. So I don't believe that there should be any taxes on businesses trying to move online. I don't think it's advisable.
So far, the research has concluded that local businesses may become extinct if they fail to adapt to new trends of reaching customers. Fred Duhos reports for Joy Business.
Now, thousands of people are expected to be employed by the creation of industrial enclaves in Shai Osudoku district here in the Greater Accra region. The area, noted for cultivation of rice, banana and mango, among other perishable crops, is moving towards adding value to these produce. District Chief Executive Daniel Ekufu was speaking at the Meet the Press series at Dodowa.
With vast lands from farming, the Shai Osudoku district is looking forward to new opportunities to absorb the teeming youth in the area. Existing companies such as Golden Exotics, Shine Field Ghana Limited, among others, are already employing thousands of residents of the area. The decision to add value to produce as well as encourage other manufacturers to set up in the area will expand the local economy.
These include the Lolovo Industrial Enclave, the Doyum Tachikope Industrial Planning Scheme, the Suwe Model City Layout, Shire Hills Industrial and Urban Renewal Plan. This industrial enclave has seen a trooping and operation of some various industries, namely Leaf Found Foodstuff Ghana Limited and Fushin Industrial Company Limited, which Leaf Found is a tomatoes producing company, and Fushin is the steel manufacturing company. Local economic development. Under my tenure, the following activities have been carried out. That is community-based training in batik, tie and dye, entrepreneurship mentoring by the Business Advisory Center, support to rice seed growers at Pump Irrigation Scheme, KIS at Australia.
Meanwhile, Daniel Ekufu says a youth program from the Ministry of Trade and Industry will be implemented to absorb more youth.
Have been introduced to the district by the Ministry of Trade and Industry, namely Pamanye Agro Industry, Puzzle Limited, OG Farms, Abuva Water, Lanti Soya Milk Factory, McHealth Pharmaceuticals, Bait Maquesta Ghana Limited. However, only 3 of these factories are operational. Plans are underway to meet these promoters to see the way forward regarding the development of their factories.
Now, the 2018 State of Ghana's Economy Report has been launched with a caution on government to relook its tax exemption regime. Director of the Institute for Statistical, Social and Economic Research, Professor Peter Quarte, laments the huge tax exemptions due to multinationals and large corporations will have a drain on Ghana's macroeconomic outlook if that is not checked. We have a full report on that coming up in about 2 hours when we come your way with JoyNews Prime. You want to stick around for that. And that'll be it for Business Live tonight. Thanks for watching. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for watching.